Hello, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. Well, in the last episode, it was getting towards the end of the season, so I've gone to sleep, woke up, and here's what we've got. Apparently, problems, somebody got hurt in an accident, and it's a case of here's a bit of compensation for your problems. I don't have any choices, it seems. It's like, oh, okay, here's some extra money. Unfortunately, it just means our villagers are working less efficient, so okay, c'est la vie. Oh, it was Willamere, right? Okay, so what was Willamere doing? So he's a craftsman, so he's running on less efficiency. He's not going to be able to produce things as well as he could before. But, I mean, you start off at level 3, and you should, either way, you should still be able to get better over time. So let's have a look. It's now autumn. 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's see what our other half says is going on. Oh, the peasants. Okay, so the peasants are there. Okay, I think you're getting ideas above your station here. We're all peasants, really. Right. Anyway, so where we're at is we should be able to start harvesting our oats, which means, I mean, we've got quite a bit of rye. Then we'll be able to start combining that, but what can we actually make in the autumn? Or what can we grow, I should say? That'll give me some idea. So the rye, interestingly enough, I'm not really at the point of wanting to, sort of grow any wheat. Okay, so we need the rye sorting out, so she's going to have to harvest that. Look, so she's got, oh, interesting enough, these are all going to get harvested. Oh, wow, she's going to be busy. So the rye, where does the rye go? Does that go on the left? Have a look and see the plant type. So line that up. So that is rye. So that's quite handy. So that means this is the only stuff that she can plant this season. She'll harvest all these. At some point she'll start getting the fertilizer out to, or at least whatever's left. There's not that much left. I do need some, but at least this season I don't necessarily have to go out and get any fertilizer because she's already fertilized this particular side anyway. If I go back to the field, you can see it's showing. Oh, actually, no, it's not. So that's ploughed. So in grey, light grey means it's fertilized. Oh, fertilized and ploughed. Okay, so that's fine. So that's fine. So that's all ready to go. So this just needs the actual seed, you see. So that's okay, so we should be fine there. So she will be a bit busy because this is going to be flax, but it's not the type of season. Up here, she's got all of this lot to finish off as well, so that should keep her busy. And the plan is for her to do all of the harvesting. She'll do all the, grow all the crops, but we'll be doing all of the actual work in the barn. So once she's harvested everything, we'll come back into here. We'll, any grains and whatever, we'll thrash and so on. We'll be making things like the animal feed because we've now got a pig. Speaking of which, where is our little piggy? She'll probably be up by now. Oh no, she's still asleep. It's too early in the morning, is it? Okay, fair enough. I mean, we're all up. It's getting towards 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not impressed. It's time to get up, little pig. Little pig, little pig. It's time to get up, Right, so we're on 30% food, so that's okay. We're not doing so bad there. But I do want another pig. But we've also got a challenge where we don't have enough stone, we don't have enough iron. I was a bit busy the previous night trying to gather some sticks and some stone to help out around here. So that should get us at least somewhere. But I can't build any further. I'm quite keen to build more things like so for example there's an excavation hut that you can build. There's out there's some rocks that I can get somebody to harvest. They can start digging those up, for example, but I'm at my building limit. I can't get any further. We need to get into the next tier, if you will, to get that, and that means it's saying, at least for me anyway, to get that high I need to complete this part of the chapter, which is I need 2 wisents and a bear to kill. Then that'll push us up to be able to build 25 buildings. We get a lot more dynasty reputation, but it's the building limit. So at least now I'm quite pleased. I don't necessarily have to go out and spend money to get any fertilizer today. In which case, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this chapter 6. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that using spears, because the iron arrows are really good. Well, actually, one thing I do want to check is what's in my pockets today. Right, okay, I went to sleep with all this stuff in my pocket. I was curious to see, because I quite a few berries. I pulled some roasted meat and some raw meat out of the food storage because I wanted to see if any of it would rot. Because that's another way to get fertilizer. If things rot, you can convert that into fertilizer. It's not as good as the manure. It takes 10 rot to be able to make 1 fertilizer, so it's not that good. There's none there. Quick check in the barn. I've hardly got it. Last time I checked was hardly any in here. Yes, there's nothing. That's not going to happen. Right, okay, so we'll leave that as is, but there are some Wyzen out there, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and take those down with spears rather than like the bows, because I know that if I've got iron arrows, I've found they're really, really good. There's quite a lot of creatures you can one hit. If you just hit them straight at the head, you can kill them with an arrow. Other ones, on the other hand, if you miss, if you've got an actual iron arrow rather than a stone arrow, they seem to cause a bleed effect, and it actually causes the animal to literally stop in its tracks and it doesn't get very far. So things like a Wyzen, for example, you can hit one of those with like an iron arrow and it'll literally stop it coming at you at full pelt, because otherwise they do come at you really, really quick. And it's the same with boars and wolves as well. So I find them to be quite good. I want to make sure I've got enough spears to try and take down something like a Wyzen, because they're big beasties, I must admit. The bears, it's the same with the bears. I better take them down with an iron arrow if I can. Well, I must admit, when you get this particular quest, one of the things it tells you to do is to get an actual bow. And we're not at the point of being able to make anything with iron. Even if we could actually go and harvest some iron, dig it up from the rocks in the mining caves. The trouble is you need to be at that technological level where you can actually use them, or rather create them. And I'm not even at the point of doing bronze. Ah, right, so there's one over there. There's one over there. There's no incentive to try to take 2 down at the same time. So I'm going to get out of the way because it's running in this direction. But the plan is I want to hit it in the head, because that'll do more damage. It'll still come after me. But if I can hit it in the head, that should slow it down a bit. Because it can do a lot of damage, these things. If I've got an iron arrow, it seems to go a lot better. I'm not so confident with the stone ones though. So as nuts as it seems, I'm going to try and hit this head on. So you can see when you're hitting it in the head, it does shake it. And I'm running out of stamina. It's still coming at me. Wow, that took down what? Just having a look at how many spears have I got. Have I used all of my wooden spears? Right, use them all up, trying to take that thing out. I think I'll grab these back. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to make some more. I mean, they do get damaged, as does everything, so everything's got durability and they'll only last so long, but... drat, now we're carrying too much. Right, chop some more trees down, because I'm not too fussed about that at this stage. I really just want to play it safe against one of them things. So you can see, I mean, that was a lot of spears just to take one of them things down. Right, well, I managed to spot a few stones on the way back here, so I may as well, you know, make some money from that. So I've made some knives, so I can at least sell those things up as well. Right, so that's about 6 knives, that's not too bad. Oh, I forgot about 2 copper hammers we can sell off as well. And I'll keep them. Kind of pushing it there, I think. Sell off the leather. Keep the feathers for now. Sticks aren't too bad. Right, so that takes a bit of the weight off us for now anyway. So I think what I'll do is I'll go and have a chat with Alwyn. See what he's got to do, because as far as I recall, I think we're at the point where he wants a match, so we're up to 629, and as I say, I think there's like a target to a certain number of points you've got to get to be able to do it. I think he cut... okay, we're not at that point. Okay, well, that's interesting. I thought that's where I was at. So where on earth is Alwyn then? Because if we're not at that point, it doesn't really matter. It's over there somewhere. Right, he's out, like he's out in the fields. Interesting. Okay, he wants us to go out and do some work from sort. I thought I was further along than this. Well, never mind. That's the trouble, because I'm playing like 2 different versions of the game, and in one of them I'm way along on that quest line. Right, well, what I need, which I don't know why I'm doing it too early, but I need to go and find that bear. So there'll be a bear up there near the cave. There's usually at least one, sometimes there's 2. My main concern is just the fact that I don't have any iron arrows, so I'm going to have to make do with stone ones, and I'd rather have the spears instead. So I can always fall back on them. It's just the trouble is, if you don't slow them, they'll come at you pretty hard. So we'll start making our way up to here. Once I spot a bear, I'll just chop some trees down closer by to get myself some spears. Ah, that looks like to be a bear up there. Yeah, there's a bear over there, so... For you... I thought I'd spotted me and it was coming after me there. Alright, if this is going to be anything like the Wyson, then it's a case of I definitely want to make sure I've... Oh, Struth, there's one right there. I didn't spot that one. Go on. I want to be able to hit this blooming tree. Problem is, I don't want to go anywhere near that bear. I don't want to like get it annoyed where it'll suddenly decide to come and attack me. Should really be using this just to check what's up. But you can see there's the cave over there, so we're right up here. There's 2 bears here at the minute. Oh, is Mr. Bear coming along in this direction? Where's it going? Oh, struth. I'll have to run away. I mean, this infravision or whatever what they call it, intuitive view, or I can't remember what it is, but it only works at obviously at a short distance. So yeah, that was like too close for comfort. That. Right, so let's pick all these up. Carrying too much, so I've got enough for 7. I'm gonna get the 7 spears out of that. I think I've got the shovel on me, so I could at least pick these stumps up as well. But once we take out the bear, that gets us that quest completed, and then I'll be able to build more. It's that one. Oh, I've got a log there. Right, so let's make another spear. Right, so how many have I got? That throws me almost something because I was expecting this all in alphabetical order. Right, so I've got 11 spears. So if this doesn't do it, I don't know what will. Let's say I can always fall back to the bow there. I don't think a bag of seeds is going to help me much there. I'm just going to have to keep checking where it's gone. There's times where I've gone up against these and like tried to go on the higher ground, but they don't seem to be particularly concerned. And it'll still come at me. Oh. Yeah, it's the trouble, my stamina's going down now. Or at least it's slowing down because I'm hitting it. Jeez Louise. That was a lot. 11 spears plus an arrow to take this thing down. It goes a lot better, I can tell you that, if you've got iron arrows. Way better. By you. Right, so we'll skin this beastie. So I think I might have actually jumped ahead in the chapters because I've actually got quite a few people in my yeah, I've got quite a few NPCs. So that's chapter 8 that we're on. So chapter 6 is big game. So that's where we go out and do our hunting. That pushes us up to 25. Then we get to this chapter. So for that chapter, that's where it's telling us to build food storage, woodshed, resource storage, gain that amount of dynasty, build that amount of buildings. I must admit that's a bit odd because if you're going to recruit anybody, you'd want a resource storage and a food storage anyway because you've got to be able to feed them. So that's kind of odd. So for that reason, we've just literally jumped ahead. So the next chapter is asking us for just 2 more inhabitants. That's going to give us a massive boost for dynasty reputation. Pushes our building limit to 45, which not that big a deal, I must admit. But what I can do is, I mean, what time is it? It's getting late. It needs 7. So I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna. I think my call. Well, it's yeah. I can't really do much when it's night time because everybody goes to sleep anyway. I could head over there. That's what we've got to do for Alvin anyway. it's still late at night, but I'm going to see if I can wake her up. If she's not already awake. Oh, she's already awake. Oh, that's handy. Can you fix his water skin? Oh, right, okay, what do you need then? Oh, I need leather. Right. It's a bit of a pain because I actually sold some. Not too bad. I mean, I must admit that was like... It's given me a bit of an incentive there to actually to try and get an heir now. The catch is it's going to take Batilda out. I think it's Batilda on this playthrough, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to take her out of action for about 2 years. Now she's a lumberjack. So it means I'm going to have to find somebody to replace her. So then after 2 years, the kid grows up. So once they're, because obviously once they reach 2, then it's a case of she can go back to doing her job. But yeah, it's just a bit of a pain that. But given the fact that I was just wondering back there, it's called Medieval Dynasty for a reason, because if I get killed, that's it. It's end of story. That's the game's finished. But so there's a real incentive there to get an heir. Right, that's that board done. So hopefully there'll be another one around here. Yeah, looks like there's one I can just about see one at the corner of my eye. What was that? Oh, it's a mushroom. Oop, didn't hit it in the head. Hit it in the head that time. Oh, I still don't have enough. Oh yeah, I need that. I need to skin it to get enough leather. That's useful that she was still awake, mind. Right, so we'll go and see her. Are we heading in the right direction? Yes, we are. We'll go and see her and we'll get that quest done, but at least now we've finished chapter 6. I need 2 more people to complete this next chapter, so that's easy enough to do, because it looks like I'm going to have to get a farmer now. I'm going to have to get... I need somebody who can replace Batilda, at least for a while. So I've noticed sometimes you can get some pretty good people, some who've got like skill level 3 in, 2 different technologies. So they're quite useful. You can find someone like that just to cover for that, because you're going to have half your population and just going to suddenly be out of service for a while. For that reason, because they'll go off and have kids of their own. Right, where is Batilda? Oh, she's gone to sleep. That's interesting, that. So she disappeared from the target. Here you go. Okay, yeah. Oh, nope. I'm already married, thank you very much. So I've got to take his skin back. So it's obviously later down the line than I thought, this quest for Alwyn, where we basically were helping him become a hunter instead of a farmer. So like I said, it's a dilemma that I'm playing the game in 2 different playthroughs. It's seriously confusing me now. I'm in different places and different things. So he's actually quite useful, because he's level 3 in farming, but he's also level 3 in crafting. So I think I'll actually get... So I've got a spare house. So actually, how old is Falmir? He's 21. So I'll have to find somebody for him at that similar sort of age, that they can have kids of their own. But he'll come in handy as a craftsperson. I really need somebody for extraction, though. Somebody who can get me some stone, for example. So, right, let's see if we can get him to join. So that's a much simpler process now. I don't have to go through this process of trying to persuade him to join. He'll just join. I think they might still have the limitations on like dynasty numbers and so on. You might need a certain amount of reputation and so on. But we'll put him into that spare house for now. I'm going to have to build another house, so he can go into there. Now he can do crafting, which is interesting. So that means we could put him. So I don't. So I've got room in, for example. Actually, I've used up the tavern. The swim. So I could put him into the farm later on. That's one option, because basically, as I say, Batilda's going to be out of action pretty shortly. So I think I'll just put him into the barn for now. He can help out on the farm, but I'll get him to work as an actual farmer rather than a barn worker. Right, that's him sorted out. So we need to head back to the base. Really, I need to build an extraction hut. I need to build another house, because that house I've got, it's intended for somebody to look after the pigs and then the chickens later on. So right, we're going to head back to there. I'm overloaded again. Right, another day. I forgot, actually. I think it's a farming skill you need to look after the pigsty. Animal husbandry, pigsty. Yeah, so that the farming, the two are the same. I don't know why I can't just drag this. So what I need to do is I've got to just keep clicking on this button until I get it all over 20%, because there's basically nothing else for them to do. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually get him assigned over to looking after the pigs rather than the farm, because it's going to be a while before we get a kid. In which case, we'll go back to him. So he's currently in the barn, but I'm going to send him over to the pigsty, so that solves that one. So he's working as an actual an animal breeder, basically, which is good. So that solves that problem. So he can look after the pig for now, and he can basically feed it as long as we get the animal feed. And he'll be able to collect the actual manure as well. Now the woodshed's complaining of no axes, so our other half here, she doesn't actually have any axes. So that's something I'm going to have to do now, but I want to have a word with her, because we really need a kid. From what I can tell, this place is a bit more dangerous, so I've looked to see if I've got any stone on me. No, I don't. I need some stone. See if I've got any left. Because we don't, I'll have to mine some. That's something else I could do with. Is somebody to actually start mining stone for me. So I've got the pigsty sorted out. I'm going to have a quick check and see where our farm is up to. So I can put these into here. So that should help our other half. So that solves her problem. That's just complaining because she hasn't picked it up yet. We don't have enough resources for the smithy, but that's about it. So farm-wise, this has all been cleared out. So that's all been harvested. So there's really just these to plant by the looks of it. Yeah, actually, but I put all this stuff away. Right, where's our other half? She's up there, chopping things up. So, oh, there you are. Right, we need a kid. Yeah, there we go. Basically we need a kid because otherwise we're in deep doo-doo. If I get killed. Oh, good. She's in agreement. Come see me at our house after 7 p.m. Okay, that's when you finish. No, fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm going to wait for until 7 o'clock. Okay, whatever. Right. So plans. Right. So our little pig's now getting looked after. So he's living there, and he's going to look after the pig. But we don't actually have any animal feed. So basically, he actually hasn't got anything to do at this stage, which is fine. But what I need to build another house because I'm going to get somebody to extract stone, because there was somewhere along here I saw some rocks, and then it's a case if you can harvest the rocks, if you can chop up. So here, for example, so if you've got a pickaxe, you can chop those up, and you'll get things like limestone as well. So there seems to be quite a few. So as long as we're in reasonable range, whoever we assign to this task should be able to look after them. It's quite convenient that's right near where we live as well. So I think what I'll do in that case, so we want to build an extraction equipment, I think it is. So that's a wood shed. So it's an excavation shed, so we need 8 logs. Right, okay, so that's what I'm going to build, and then I need to find somebody who's got that skill. But I also need to make a house for them. Right then, so that's that done. I just realised we're into the last day of the season. Now, we seem to be doing okay over there for food for the little pig. I've just been picking things up because I think I'll go and see if I can afford another pig. I'm just going to check before I do though if we've got anything from that harvest, because I keep getting confused because I'm running two different playthroughs, and in one the other half's a farmer and she's doing all the fields. In this one it's Matilda and she's doing the actual lumberjack stuff, so I keep getting the two confused. Aha, right. I think Alice here seems to be the best choice. I mean, there are other places I could go. I mean, I could go to places like Dernica, Vesnica, Cheserica and Hornica, but given the time, I think we'll recruit Alice, because she's got I keep pressing the wrong button. She's got level 3 in extraction, but she's also got a level 3 in diplomacy and a level 3 in farming. So I think she could be quite useful. So I'll get her to join. Thank you very much. So there we go. We've now completed an extra chapter. So that's the only thing that's outstanding, is we've got to get 5,000 Dynasty and an heir to finish this one off. Actually, did we just jump something else there? So that was the resourcefulness. So we've got all of those yet. The newcomers, we have to get 10 of them. So that's the only thing that's outstanding now, is just to get an heir. And then that's it. That's as far as the chapters go. But I better assign her. So, oh, she's only 18. She's extremely talented for somebody so young. Right, we'll put her into that house there on our own. Put her into the excavation shed, because that's what, well, like I say, she's talented at 3 things. That's usually rare. I sometimes struggle enough just to find somebody at level 3. I think when the game started, the levels were much higher. 3 seems to be about the highest I've seen so far, but that's... And to be fair, you can always train people in other things. I still haven't quite figured out what the diplomacy will be, unless that's going to be something when it comes to selling goods, because there is these stores that you can use now, but that means I've now got somebody dealing with the extraction. Let's go back. So what do we not have? So, oh, you need an axe. Okay, so you need an axe. You need a knife. And then it's really just resources. So I think really it's a case of, I mean, it's almost the end of the season anyway. We've got our crops planted, because there was only so many things. I think it was just the rye that was the only thing that was left we could grow for this season. So it's a case of we've now got two little pigs. So we've got a male and a female, so they'll be able to breed. Then they'll get us other pigs. There's only so many pigs you can have, but they'll last for like nearly 19 years. But the idea is they'll be able to breed. One thing that's just kind of dawned on me actually is we're into, what are we into? Autumn. So I suspect those two pigs are the same age because they'll have both been born at the same time, probably spring. And we're now like two seasons in. So that explains it now. I was thinking it would be different ages if I bought them in different seasons, and they're not. But the game's got it so that you can get them at different, well, you know, you can get them from the same letter by the looks of it. So that was quite useful, obviously. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but yeah. So it means that we've now got two little pigs. Now the only trouble is, well, yeah, that they're living in a wooden house, and yeah, there's a bit of a problem there. You can't get a stone one, which means the big bad wolf might come and get them. So that might not be good, but yeah, just have to put up with that anyway. But there's tons of things I still need to do. So I mean, we've got to the point of getting that extraction. We've got two little pigs, which is the main thing. We've almost finished the chapters. Alwyn's story we can carry on. But it looks like I'm going to have to go back to the mines because I've got a real shortage on copper. So it's holding up our smithy. Quite tempted to get some chickens as well because it's things like the stone arrows, for example, seem to be selling quite well. Pretty cheap to make and to carry as well. So that's a bit of an incentive. But because we've also pushed further into the you know, the building phase where we can make a lot more buildings now than we could before. So there's a plan there where I think I'll actually start using or building one of those sewing workshops as well, so then I can actually start turning that flax that we're growing into more into linen than just flax stalks, as I think is what we've got. So I should be able to make full use of those. Actually, where the heck am I? I'm having a look and trying to figure out where I'm at. I need to be heading off in this direction, I think. Yeah, I think I was going to end up in Derniger at that point. But yeah, there's a heck of a lot to do. I mean, I suppose my real next goal would be to get a horse, to be honest, because this running around is doing my head in. It takes forever. There is a skill you can invest in to reduce the stamina, so it doesn't use up as much stamina. But I really like horse, but they cost a lot of money. You've got to get about 2,500 farming technology just to be able to build the barn, the actual stable that they go in, and you need about another 2,500 to actually buy one of the things. So yeah, I can see it's going to take a while to do that. So plenty to do. That's all for another episode.